And we should be live. Hello everybody, welcome back to Vinny Does YouTube. I'm Vinny today. It's the day. Today's the day. I'm gonna be reading Homestuck. But first we gotta start out with the beta, of course. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 10th of April, is this young man's birthday. That was 10 years ago he was given life. Today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? So I got Your name is John, as was previously mentioned. Today it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room, and you have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? It certainly is Homestuck time. Of course, starting out with the beta, because, before Homestuck. John quickly retrieved arms from drawer. Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord. John, move green icon to magic chest and click. The icon is not visible or is not a visual or tangible entity. Characters in the game cannot interact with it, you blubbering imbecile. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake and put it on his bed. John quickly retrieved arms from magic chest. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these sometimes for hilarious antics. You place them in your Solidex. There are other items in the chest. Thanks for playing the Homestuck beta. The stable release is now available for you to play. And now here we are at the stable beta, or not the beta, the stable version, complete version. Here we are, 4/13/2009, at just 3:21 a.m. Christ, Angel, has he sleep? God. A young man stands in a corner of his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, this young man's birthday. That was 13 years ago. He was given life. It is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. Zeusmil Poop Lord. Ah, yes, the best name. I'm gonna name my kid that. John Egbert. Ding. Okay. Your name is John, as was previously mentioned. It is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? John quickly retrieves arms from drawer. Your arms are in the magic chest, Poop Lord. John, remove cake from magic chest. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake from him and put it on his bed. John quickly retrieves arms from magic chest. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. Use these for hilarious antics. You capsuled them in your Solidex. You have no idea what that means, though. There are other items in the chest. John, examine contents of chest. In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms currently captured in your Solidex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stun sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of big plus glasses, several smoke pellets, blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Sasker's Daunting Test of Magical Frivolity and Practical Japery, and 1 copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. Some of this stuff may come in handy at some point, but for now you decide to just take the smoke pellets. John, capsuled smoke pellets. You saw the smoke pellets on one of your capsuled cards in your Solidex. You're still not totally sure what that means, but you're starting to get the hang of the vernacular at least. You have 2 empty capsuled cards remaining. John, equip fake arms. You aren't totally sure if equip is a verb copacetic, with the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. The card is underneath the one you just used to capture lug the smoke pellets. You'll have to use the pellets first in order to access the fake arms. This is probably unadvisable since it will just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Solidex's fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of stack data structure. You're never all that great with data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But then you hope perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for your Solidex with a little more experience. John, examine Problem Sleuth poster. Is it even possible to get any more hard-boiled than this? You really doubt it. There's a nice spot on the wall next to it. You had meaning to hang another poster there soon. This poster was one of your widest purchases. And it leads to a place where you actually buy the poster. Fun, yeah. I gotta get the poster. I gotta get this poster. I just finished Problem Sleuth. That was really good. You gotta get the poster. I really want to get that poster. Anyways. John, read note on shore. This note is rich with the aromas of fatherly aftershave and colognes. Besides the note is a rolled-up poster. John, take poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. John, acquire hammer and nails. They will come in handy. You first place the hammer into your Silodex. But now all of your capsule cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. Yes, it doesn't hurt to try. John, take nails. You capsulug 4 nails into the top card and push the artifacts down a card. Fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyway. You probably don't want to do that again unless you want to drop the smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel that you have gathered enough things. Get down to business and will probably... In any case, you now feel like you have gathered enough things to get down to business. Do some really important stuff. Next thing you'll probably do will be excessively meaningful. John, squawk like an imbecile and poop on your desk. It's the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid. Hit the polished surface of your desk. It beckons. John, combine hails and hammer. You merge the top 2 guards. The hammer and nails are now capsuled in the same card can be used together. John, use hammer and nails on poster. Use the hammer and nails in conjunction with the card beneath it. John, nail poster to wall. Use the hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious, exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through this time. John, examine Conair poster. Put the bunny back in the box. I said put the bunny back in the box. Why can't you just put the bunny back in the box?
Appears the United States Parole Commission that... Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Put the bunny back in the box.
I knew you was a punk. And I was right. You been playing us all along. You a free man.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
Die, punk.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
Huh. John, examine Deep Impact poster. Morgan Freeman's genteel, homespun mannerisms were the perfect qualities for for a president presiding over a crisis. Oceans rise, cities fall. Cities fall, hope survives. Wow. Films about Impending apocalypse would fascinate you. Plus a black president, now you've seen everything. John, examine calendar. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you've marked was supposed to be the arrival date of the highly touted Spur Beta launch. I'm pretty sure this leads to the Homestuck Beta. Yep. It's been 3 days already, and it's starting to become a sore subject with you. John, eat cake. You're sick to death of cake. You've been eating it all day, and you have no intention of clogging your Silodex with it either. The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you. John, examine incoming message. You built your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with a rather handsome wallpaper you made yourself. You are really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You're so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your PesterChum application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you. John, open PesterChum. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message. Ace, what kind of sane loot did you rake in today? I got a Little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny. Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just want to know unopened. Oh hell, that is. Voice. Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It's like Christmas up in here. Alright, that's fine, but I just have one question and a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage, but the seal on the bottle is unbroken? Or are you suggesting that someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory? All I'm saying is that don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Try using your brain, numbnuts. Why did the fat kid who ever drank it know what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was instantaneous. That was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice. Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage was really punchable phase. But who cares about this? Let's not talk about it. Did you get the beta yet? No, did you? Man, I got 2 copies already. But I don't care. I'm not going to play it or anything. The game sounds boring. Did you see how I got slammed in Game Bro? Game Bro's a joke, and we both know it. Yeah. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now. Alright. John, look out window. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the tree is a tire swing in the front yard. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And besides your driveway, there is a mailbox. And besides your driveway is the mailbox. John, examine mailbox. The little red arm swingy dealy or whatever it's called is whipped up. What was that thing called anyway? You don't have time for these semantics. The red flippy letter thing means you have new mail. And that means the beta might be here. John, go outside and check mailbox. You're about to hurry downstairs when you hear a car pull into the driveway. Looks like your dad returned from the grocery store. Oh great, he's beating you to the mail. John, forget it. Check mail later. If you get downstairs, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill out up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you're trapped in this room, stuck, if you will. In a sense, probably borders on the titular. And now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork friendship turns ceaselessly, operating at a swing lever delays of harassment and perpetuity. Whatever, the dude can hold his damn horses. John, examine games on CD rack. You put countless man-hours in this assortment of quality titles. John, read Colonel Sassaker's daunting text. Decided to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. You could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you have to capsulog it. You're not sure you are ready to logjam your other artifacts beneath it just yet. John, capsulog fake arms again. What'd you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally capsulog the arms again. John, set PesterChum status to bully. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to Rancorus. You feel the pestrum client should reflect your mood change in some way. Bully will have to do for now, you guys. This unsurprisingly did nothing whatsoever. Alright, your chum is still pestering you. John, answer, chum. Is there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering you all day about it. She's macking on me so hard, starting to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything. Yes, it's understandable because you are really attractive. I'm attracted to you. Thank you. JK, no. I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail, and I guess I can. My dad has the mail, and I guess I have to go get it from him and see if it's there. I've been busy spending all afternoon standing around with messing around with my stupid Silodex. It's so frustrating. What's your motives? What? Like, how do you save artifacts from it? Oh, like that one time, I guess. If I put too much in it, something falls out. Stack? What's yours? Hash map. My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything. It's awesome. What the hell is that? You should probably brush up on your status structures, I guess. Did you at least allocate your strife speculoos? You know, it could free up a card for you. Plus, let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle, which is never. What have you got? Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms. Well, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms and allocate the hammer to the specubus. How? I don't know, just use the arms and any old thing and see if it works. John, combine the fake arms with the cake. You stick the fake arms and the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sasker would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. John, allocate hammer to strife specubus. You check the back of your strife specubus for the kind of abstratus you have in mind. John, select hammer. Also, I love how, like, everything here is, like, an actual, like, thing. Like, we've got pizza cutter kind, knife kind, tongs kind, razor kind, fire kind, umbrella kind, blade kind, fancy Santa kind, crowbar kind, Gordon Freeman Half-Life reference, hair dryer kind, woodwind kind. No, woodwinds aren't for attacking. No, they're for locking doors, for security. Not attacking. What an idiot. You check the back of your stripe speculatus and set the kind of stratus to what you have. So John, select hammer. Stripe speculatus is allocated to the hammer kind of stratus. The hammer has been moved from your capsule deck to your strife deck. John, report progress to TG. Okay, did it. Hammer kind? Yeah. Okay, that'll be a permanent allocation for your specubus. I guess I should have mentioned that. Hope you like hammers, dude. Yeah, it's fine. I guess I can't imagine that to be all that relevant. John, capture log the Colonel's big book. Now you have some place in your Sodex to work with. You might as well figure squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry on in any practical way. I guess maybe this is in one respect in which the cards some convenient. What? You guess maybe this is in one respect in which the card presents some convenience. John, examine GameBro magazine. Spurb, why Game of the Year or whatever isn't as good as some other stuff I like that's better. I don't want to read all this. John, capture log GameBro. I come in handy if you ever need something that burns easily. John, capture log Magician's Hat. You send your final card to the Magician's Hat. John, get funny glasses too. You don't have a free card in your Silodex, however, you are able to merge the Beagle Puss with the Magician's Hat to create the clever disguise. And this leads to... John, and we're disguised, fool dad. Who's this John you speak of? You're quite certain there's never been or never will be. This is really bad disguise. While you're wearing these items, they remain on the card. While you're writing these items, they remain on the card, but it's temporarily removed from the deck, freeing up the cards beneath it. John, leave room. You exit into the hallway. On one wall hangs pictures of a fellow who sure knows how to have a laugh. A man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera. Your dad swears the many hollowed tombs of Egypt that is not. You're sure about it, though. You're sure about that, though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns or harlequins. He is so quick to correct anyone who ventures such a brazen assumption. John, go downstairs. A cursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch nemesis Betty Crocker, and the rich buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagined. This links to the Wikipedia page for Betty Crocker. John, admire harlequins. You check out the shelves with the fanciful harlequins. Look at this garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad sure can be a real cornball. Sometimes at night you pray for burglars. John, examine fireplace. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. Doesn't matter that it's April. It's not terribly chilly outside, and in home, a fireplace needs a fire. That's what fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace, damn it. Categorically. They try to combine captcha with categorically. At times, without exception, the mystic myth of uncountable origin holds a home, borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it. Much as the moon takes liberty with the sun's rays. The moon's an errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. Mark Twain. You know, certain Mark Twain said that. John tossed Gamebro into fire. Doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each Gamebro magazine is guaranteed printed on 40-cent recycled asbestos. For bring up some Mother Earth, yo. John fondly regarded cremation. Oh, that's fun. That's a fun Problem Sleuth reference. You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives your person a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back the painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, an unbridged Colonel Sasker. He never wants to talk about it. John, topple urn. You clumsily mishandled the sacred urn and ashes everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was virtually certainty. You'd probably clean up this mess before Dad finds it. John, combine father's pipe with clever disguise. You now think it would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. John, examine oversized gift. Champ, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Contemplating what could be inside of the package is sort of exciting. Makes you a little nervous at times. At the same time, John opened the large present. Oh, hell no. John, capsulog ashes. First, you prop the Harlequin doll onto the couch, having it in the middle of the floor, sprawled out akimbo, like this struck as you as unseemly. You capsulog the ashes into your available card. John, combine ashes with urn. You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ashes back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it probably would have been tidier if you just used a broom and a dustpan. John, put the urn back. No one would be the wiser, except for maybe the people with eyes. John, go get fake arms again. He's got another brilliant idea for something to do with these pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake, capture them. Look, your Pastor Chum is acting up again. John, examine third and fourth walls of room. John, check Pastor Chum. Another one of your chums is messaging you. John, check message. I understand that. Oh, what should be her voice now? I understand. No, that's too close. That's too close to John's. I understand. No, come on. I understand you have recently come into possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year, as featured in the respectable periodicals such as Game Bro magazine. Yeah, that's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that's a filthy liar. You should probably stop hitting on them all the time or whatever. I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks. Anyway, I've checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to get to it from him, so BRB. John, what? You're wearing one of the disguises now, aren't you? You're typing to me right now while wearing something ridiculous. No, why would you even think that? That's a stupid idea. Okay, why don't you get the game from your father? Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK, I was wearing the funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha. I know, John. John, go back downstairs. You now execute the brilliant idea you had. There should be just enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. John, attach arms to doll. Don't really care what Colonel Sasker says. It makes it at least 1,000,000% funnier. John, expect burnt paper on the floor. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. John, throw press and wrap in fire. As long as you're cleaning up. John, capsule log doll. You can carry half the items, so that thing is way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it. John, read Colonel Sasker's text. You thought about consulting the text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now. This is too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it. John, find Dad and retrieve mail. A door on the left leads to the kitchen. The smell of baking wafts, a powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. The door on the right leads to this study where your dad spends a lot of time. He could be in either room. Where will you go? John, go and study. It doesn't look like he's in here right now. John, examine Father's desk. On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, and the April issue of the Serious Jester magazine, and a stray capsule log card. There's also a can of peanuts on the desk. Ha ha ha. Oh, Dad. You'll be falling for that again anytime soon. A severe allergy has terrible affliction to cope with. An upgrade costume with hat from rack. You swap the magician's hat for the bowler hat. This guy's is somewhat less funny, but a lot more distinguished looking. John, combine second pipe with clever disguise, not cleaver. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. As say, he's a rather piss-poor excuse for a roughneck, if you ask me. You decide to take the pipe, though. It is. The first one tastes bad enough as it is. How you suffer for your comedy. John, examine capsule log card. Yes, this will be perfect for expanding the qualities of your Scylla. John, capsule log card. Ah! John, S. John, play haunting piano refrain. Pages including sound will be preceded by S in the command. And here we have, this was Showtime. Piano refrain by Kevin Regularly and Malcolm Brown. John, play 52 pickup. You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering it a especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid, look at this mess. Peanut gallery over there is sure to get a kick out of it. You're allergic to their scorn. John attempted to leave the house. You go back into the living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into a dad encounter. Your television is currently airing a commercial. John exit. You exit the house. John check mail. Particularly the mailbox is empty. You've already been scooped by your father. Homestuck. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if bracing the hollow of cut between. I think the song is just gonna loop. Anyways, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or say plundered mailbox, a familiar note is produced. It is one of desolation plays to keep its instruments in tune. It's your 13th birthday, and with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is only the latest sleight of hand, and the repertoire of an unseen riddler to engage your whatever. A sense of not mirth, but of lack. His coarse schemes are those of less prankster and more common pickpocket. His riddle of absence itself. It is a mystery, disappearing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection, with even one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well. It is the most diabolical riddle of all. Absence diminishes little passion and increases great ones, as one extinguishes candles and fans of fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you're certain Walt Whitman said that. 100% positive. You have a feeling today is going to be a long day. John, leave surprise for mailman. No! John, see if your father left the mail in the car. The door is locked and your dad has the car keys. You peer through the driver's side window. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There's also something underneath it that looks like a slip of paper. You could see these items. Could these items come in the mail? You don't see anything else that's usually in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take this stuff inside John's spine in the kitchen. You try to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems your dad has been doing so much baking lately, the glasses have steamed up. God, he is so weird. But you can see what's on the table beside the window. It looks like the mail is there. Included among it is a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with the Spurb logo. What could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked. John, go back into the kitchen. You have no other choice. You're going in. Clever disguise. It's time to work your magic. S. John, enter. It sees right through your costume. You don't even know what you were thinking. This is foolish ruse. You unequip the clever disguise. Your dad wields a dreaded artifact of confection. He stands between you and the mail. There's only one way to settle this. Strife. I just want to listen to the song. Alright, we're gonna go about 10 more pages, then I'm gonna stop for now. John, retrieve the package and flee to your room. You can't abscond. This pesky guardian is blocking your path. You need to engineer some sort of distraction. He now brandishes yet another artifact of confection. The man is ruthless. You better brace for impact on the most comedically striking fashion possible. John, equip this guys for defense. The Beagle Agus absorbs the brunt of the threat. Of the treat? Looks like Dad will enjoy the prankster's gambit on that exchange, as usually is the case. John Capslug Python. You take the Python and unequip the Beagle Puss. Everything in your Silodex is pushed back a card. The smoke pellets are ejected from the deck. Yes, it could be the direction you were. Nothing happens. What a huge letdown. John, take the cake. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. Oscar Wilde. Wise words by a man who likely could resist everything but temptation. The cake forces Colonel Sasker's text out of your Silodex. Sasker, you beautiful bastard, now's your chance. John, abscond. Now your dad is busily placing the smoke detector. You can safely sneak away. John, take PDA. You snag your dad's PDA. Maybe later you'll switch the background image to something hilarious as a prank. Besides, to make him in handy later. Your spare capsule card is forced onto your Silodex and consequently integrated with the deck. You now have 5 cards to work with. John, take package. The red package is addressed to you. John, take envelope. You got the spur beta. John, exit kitchen. This is a pretty good spot to stop for right now. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you did, and see ya.